I also wanted to ask about, you mentioned authenticity earlier, and I feel like that is it's a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot, but like, what does that actually mean to you?
Authenticity is something that's inner, that shines out. It's not this here, it's this there. And so when when I'm performing, I think one of the best compliments I get is like, oh my gosh, you gave your life on that stage. Like I could see your heart. I could see you, like you're real. Like that is over anything else, because I really try to make sure that there is, how dare you? How?
Okay, first of all,
fired.
Dion's phone. Okay, there was one day. Now that we've opened the can, there was one day we're doing an interview, right?
Yeah.
And then like his phone it's like he just dropped it. Like it was like 2 or 3 times that the phone just,
oh my God, I've done that. I've done that in a session. It's bad.
Because like it was one time and it's like, okay, cool, you dropped your phone. And then maybe like 5 minutes later, it's like again.
Gosh, Butterfingers over there. That's hilarious.
And I know Dion is a comedian, and I know this is like eating him up right now that he's not on a microphone.
You should be. Get over here.
Defend himself right now. I'm sorry, Dion. I know this is killing you. I apologize, brother.
That's hilarious. I mean, I was going to ignore it until you looked over. So I said, nope. I'm going to call it out. Talk about authenticity. This is authentic right here.
No, 100%.
But
all right.
It's authenticity. Yeah, the word gets thrown around a lot, but I think it's really about, how, I don't know. You're going to get the same thing that you get on stage with me. Maybe I'm not as crazy as wild, but I am, like I am myself 150,000% all the time. You get what you get. That's what you get. And I think that even in this world of social media and all of this stuff, like I think even I had talked to a woman that had a meeting with TikTok, and she was talking about, this was last year sometime, and she was talking about how they were saying that all of these influencers are basically like, commercials. They're, hawking these ads and doing all these things. They just want people to tell the stories of their life, like what's going on in your life, because that's what people want to see humanity. They want to see you being just a human, just as you are. And so if you're able to convey that in your art, if you're able to truly like be able to do that as a live performer and to get people to see you without yes, I can do makeup, I can do lights, camera, action, all that stuff. But it's so important to me as an artist to show up as me 100%, whatever that looks like. And in that moment. So that's what that means to me.
Awesome.
What about you?
Ooh, awesome. I mean, it's pretty much kind of like you said. It's just, I think a lot of times we are trying to chase a trend or do what we think other people want us to do, or we're putting out music that we think the audience wants to hear instead of doing what we feel in here and doing what feels good to us and what sounds good to us and what is like part of our story.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you do that, then people can feel that. People know that's like
absolutely
authentic.
And I think it's a little bit easier now because we have, let me say this, the big label machine. That was what they did. They created a product and they have a market. They're supposed to tend to that market. Now, with a lot of these artists being independent, it's a little easier now to have reach with just being yourself. Like putting out a product that is you versus having somebody else tell you who you are. Sarah Bareilles, like back in the day, did that song about and that was a hit, and she did it exactly the way that she was going to freaking do it. So it is, there is reason behind the madness of the marketing of the machine, but there's also something that I feel like as artists especially with AI and all this stuff. This is why I love doing live shit, because it's important. Can I cuss on this thing? Okay, great. Because I'm a cusser. It's interesting to see the new artists and seeing the direction that people are going. I love listening to KCRW 89.9. I love listening to their eclectic music all over the world. And some of the songs I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is really freaking, just listening to people that I would never ever find. And partly I don't listen to a lot of music anymore unless I'm learning it, you know what I mean, or singing or whatever. And people are like, have you heard this? Have you? I'm like, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I do find now that I'm older that my ear needs something new. The market is very oversaturated with a lot of things that sound alike. Not that they're not fantastic, but like my ear needs to tingle a little bit. My senses need to be drawn in to something. So yeah.
One thing you were talking about is how you have, and when I say you were talking about, this is something you told me beforehand, but how you have backgrounds in a lot of different things and a lot of different styles of music. And one thing that was interesting that you said is that there was a point where you realized that I don't have to just be rock, or I don't have to just be, classical. I don't have to just be jazz. I can kind of blend things together. And I mean, I think that goes to what you were talking about in terms of like your ear tingling, like when you bring in these different styles and things that mean something to you and create something different, something unique. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I think it took me a long time to make peace with the fact that I don't know as an artist, like what genre, who do you sound like? So if I had asked for help from someone like a producer or something, like name the artist that you want to sound like, or and I'm just like, I don't freaking know. Like I didn't grow up, like I was, as a Black woman, everybody wants to pigeonhole me. Yes, I do gospel. Yes, I do, but I didn't start there. I didn't have this voice that I had. I was a classical opera singer going to jazz. And so with those influence, I'm always influenced by other music. Like my mom was such a diverse listener. She loved the Beatles. She loved James Brown. She, loves the Temps, Temptations, Mozart. Mozart is one of my favorite classical performers and composers. And so bringing in aspects of all of that, I did the whole thing where I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to be like a neo soul. And I love, if you come to a Tia Simone show, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear, Erica, you'll hear Shaka, you'll hear Tina, but then you also probably maybe hear I've done AC/DC, I've done, and it's important to me because that's who I am.
Yes.
So figuring that out, I was like, oh, I can do that. I can do whatever I want. Okay. That's great. I'm going to do that. And I guess it's bode well for me so far.
Absolutely.